Welcome to my channel. Today's episode shows the completion process of this outfit. Please stay tuned. Take out the front pattern paper. Check for the right and wrong side of the fabric. Place right side on fold. Sew the dart by 0.5 inch. Sew the other dart in a similar way. This is the armhole. It will be reshaped. Here is the zipper allowance at the center back. Take out the pattern and join the dart same way as done at the front. Now with a curve, reshape the armhole. Coming in here with about 1.5 inches, lay both back pieces together. Place the front piece on fold, pin in place and trim out. Open flat the front piece. Come in with a fabric for the armhole facing. Place on fold. Lay the armhole of the bodice over it. Trace out the facing. Lift the bodice. Trim the hem of the facing fabric. The width is about 2 inches. Repeat same method of cutting the armhole facing for the back bodice. Lay the facing on one piece of the back bodice and a hemming gum. Sew by 0.5 inch. Notch along the seam line. Turn the facing to the wrong side as shown. Overlock the raw edges of the fabric facing. It will be sealed down with a hemming gum. Both armholes of the front bodies have been faced. Go ahead to iron with a hemming gum. Ironing has been done. Next, place the back pieces together, right sides facing. From the hem, sew the zipper allowance with a loose stitch. Here's what the right side looks like. Here are the collar pieces with interfacing iron on both of them. Lay right sides together. Sew the top area by 0.5 inch. Notch along the seam line or trim out excess seam allowance. Place on fold and notch the middle. Come in with the front bodice. Place on fold as well and notch the middle neckline. Match up the collar with the neckline. Go outward by 1 inch as shown. Highlight the point where the neck width stops. Mark 2 inches after that point. 1 inch for the front and back spacing each. Mark the point where the center back aligns with the collar. The excess fabric will be trimmed off. Draw a line connecting the 2 inches gap. Turn the collar to the right side. Place right side of the collar on the wrong side of the front neckline as shown. Sew from the middle to the neck width by 0.5 inch and from the middle to the other neck width. Notch along the seam line. Bend in the seam allowance. Lay the front collar over it, folding in the hem by 0.5 inch as it will be sewn. Next, mark the 2 inches collar space. Place the wrong side of the back neckline on the right side of the collar. At the 2 inches point, sew down by 0.5 inch. Notch the seams. Carefully move the other back piece to the other collar end. The 2 inch point will be placed on the neckline and sewn by 0.5 inch. Take care while attaching the collar to avoid twisting or mismatching the pieces. Lay the top collar fabric over, folding the hem by 0.5 inch. Pin in place. Continue securing the collar round and pinning down, smoothing out the collar fabric while at it. When done, top stitch very close to the fold. Take out the pins. Trim out excess collar fabric. See how the collar lays nicely. Sew the zipper allowance of the collar. The hem of the top has been overlocked. Fold and iron press with a hemming gum. Ironing done and top hemmed, same as the back hem. The zipper has also been installed. See how the collar line matches up nicely on both sides of the zipper. Place right side of the front bodice on the back. Mark half the bust circumference, half the waist circumference on the half length, then the top's hem. Share the remaining seam allowance on the hem, the bust, and the waist. Turn to the right side and sew a tiny seam of 0.25 inch. Do same on the other side. Trim excess seam allowance. Turn to the wrong side. Connect the original seam allowance, then sew down. Repeat same process on the other side. Turn the top inside out. Here's the back view and the front view. Mark 4 inches upward from the hem. The bust point is a guide to know the dart point on the half length. Indicate that point. Measure the bust span and position it starting from the dart point on the opposite side. Then mark 4 inches upward from the top's hem. Open the zipper. Mark 4 inches up also at the back bodice from the hem. Connect the points. Come in with the organdy fabric. The edges are overlocked. We have the width to be 36 inches for both pieces. Here is the center back. From the waist, mark 10 inches lengthwise, and from that point, sew a straight line of 0.5 inch to the hem. Fold this slit by 0.5 inch on both sides as shown. On the waistline, sew a loose stitch on both pieces. Place the center back of the organdy on side of the back bodice on the 4 inches line. Pull the thread to create gathers. Match up the gathered area from the zipper to the dart point in front. If it matches up, top stitch, adjusting the gathers to be evenly spread as you sew along. The end of the fabric will be folded in by 0.5 inch. Go ahead to complete the top stitch. Repeat this same process on the opposite side. Here is one bow already sewn. Place the other bow fabric on fold. Sew the 3 opened sides, leaving a 2 inch space on one side for turning the bow inside out. The space left will be folded in and top stitch closed. Lay the smaller bow over the bigger one. Place a small piece of fabric on fold, sew by ½ inch. Turn inside out. Lay the fabric piece over it. With the bow tightly scrunched, sew down the piece of fabric. Trim out excess fabric. Adjust the bow in position till it takes its form. Mark 6 inches from the neck depth. Mark the middle of the bust span. At that center point, the bow is placed. Go ahead to secure it down with top stitches at strategic positions. This project is complete. If this tutorial was helpful, please drop a comment, like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell for more videos. Bye.